Pending replies received will be printed in Hansard. But before honorable members stand, I would like to bring to your attention a matter that I've made a ruling on that took place on the 23rd July 2024. During the debate on vote 1, the presidency, a point of order was raised by Honorable Matafa regarding the remarks that were made by Honorable Ndlozi about the mental health and or status of the president. Honorable Ndlozi had said that when engaging with the president, the House, and I quote, may be dealing with psychosis, whose symptoms are delusions and illusions. But our candidate tonight truly believes in the delusions that he gives us. We have passed the stage of fiction and we are dealing with mental illness. I ruled that Honorable Ndlozi should withdraw the remarks, whereupon the former member of the House, Honorable Shivambu, rose on a point of order and argued that the word schizophrenia had been upheld as not being unparliamentary. Based on legal advice and previous rulings by presiding officers in the House, I then ruled that I would study the Hansard and revert to the House with the considering ruling. Having had the opportunity to study the Hansard, I rule as follows. Section 58(1)(a) of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, as well as the National Assembly Rule 63(1), state that cabinet members, deputy ministers, and members of the National Assembly have freedom of speech in the Assembly and in its committees, subject to its rules and orders. National Assembly Rule 84 states that no member may use offensive, abusive, insulting, disrespectful, unbecoming, and unparliamentary words or language, no offensive, unbecoming, or threatening gestures. In terms of National Assembly Rule 2F and G, directives and guidelines of the Rules Committee and rulings by the Speaker and other presiding officers are part of the sources of authority of the National Assembly. Honorable members, a close reading of the Hansard reveals that Honorable Ndlozi directed his remarks at the President, whom he referred to as the sitting President. It is also evident that the Hansard that Honorable Ndlozi contravened National Assembly Rule 84, as he made an abusive, insulting, disrespectful, unbecoming, and unparliamentary pronouncement on his purported diagnosis of the President's mental health, particularly when he said, and I quote, we may be dealing with psychosis whose symptoms are delusion and illusion, but our candidate tonight truly believes in the delusion that he gives us. We have passed the stage of fiction and we are dealing with mental illness. Let me also state that Honorable Shivambu's submission that the word schizophrenia had been upheld has not been unparliamentary based on legal advice and previous ruling by presiding officers in the House and substantiated. Instead, on the 2nd December 2020, a ruling was made in the House that it was unparliamentary to refer to another member as having a form of mental illness. Honorable members, I am advised that Honorable Ndlozi is on the platform, has joined on the platform. Honorable Ndlozi's remarks went beyond the privilege granted to members in terms of Section 58(1)(a) of the Constitution and the National Assembly Rule 63(1), because that privilege is subjected to the Assembly's rules and orders. The House imposes the restriction upon itself to, among others, ensure the orderly conduct of proceedings, in determining whether a remark is parliamentary or not. The presiding officer takes into consideration inter alia the context and tone of a particular remark or inference. Rule 84 has been further elucidated that years of establishment practice and convention. Honorable Ndlozi. Honorable Ndlozi. Honorable Ndlozi.
Yes, House Chairperson, I am all ears.
Okay. Please withdraw your remarks that when engaging with the President in the House, we may be dealing with someone suffering from psychosis or mental illness.
Honorable Chairperson, I respectfully reserve my right
Point of order,
to...
House Chair.
Where's the point of order?
We request that Honorable Ndlozi should show his face on the platform.
Yes. What rule is that? Which rule? Which rule is that? Please,
Members, honorable members, honorable members, please. I have allowed Honorable Ndlozi to speak, and Honorable Ndlozi is on the platform now. I am the presiding officer. Do not mind other people who will be speaking. I will rule on it. If I want Honorable Ndlozi to show his face, I will do so. But Honorable Ndlozi, please proceed.
Am I audible, House Chair?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, I respectfully reserve my right to challenge the ruling at the Rules Committee. I think that it is a bad reading of what I had said. And the operative word, quite frankly, is the coordinate conjunction may. So I really think that it is not a correct reading, and reserve my right to challenge it through the parliamentary process with the Rules Committee. I accordingly refuse to withdraw. Thank
Honorable
you very much.
Ndlozi, as you may state that you reserve your right to challenge the ruling, but as the House Chair now, my ruling is that you withdraw from that, then you will challenge it later if you want to do the processes of challenging it. But I am now, as the presiding officer, say that you must withdraw from what I have stated in the ruling. Honorable Ndlozi?
House Chairperson, I'm saying that I reserve my right to challenge the ruling
So
at
you
the
don't
Rules
want to
Committee.
adhere to the ruling of the presiding office?
I think that the ruling
I'm
must be
cautioning you
challenged.
because I will ask ICT to remove you from the platform.
House Chairperson, I think that it must be challenged. It's a wrong ruling.
Are you challenging that? ICT,
Yes.
please remove
Yes.
Honorable Ndlozi from the platform. Order, honorable members. I request members to stand and wait for the chair and the mice to leave the chamber. That concludes the business of the day and the House is adjourned.
Long live, Madam Speaker.